What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports. You already know what it is. We back. Pardon me. Listen, man, we got the New York Knicks. Let's see if they're gonna be able to live to fight another day. That's gonna be the $1 million question. Shout out to all y'all that's rocking with Flight Sports TV. You know, we're gonna give you some coverage. It's going down. The New York Knicks. They live. Let's see what happens tonight. Are they going to be able to take care of business? Only time will tell. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know what it is. Right now, the score, we up a dub right now. It's 52-72. New York ain't playing with them tonight. Let's see what happens. You already know what it is. Jalen Brunson tonight, he came out berserk. I think we just got to call it how we see it. The way JB came out tonight, we got to give this guy immense props. Jalen Brunson tonight, this guy had 24 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Carl Anthony Towns, he not too far behind, 19 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. This is what you want to see from your stars, especially, facing elimination. Nobody wants to see the New York Knicks go outside. That would just be a complete disgrace. It just makes no sense. To be honest with you, the New York Knicks, hopefully, this game is not over. They have to play this game all the way through. I think if anybody can, understand what happened in game one, the reason why the Knicks are even in this position is because they thought they had a game locked up and they didn't have it locked up. So the Knicks have to play this game all the way to the final buzzer. I don't give a damn if they up 20. I don't. We already went through this already. We already went through this. The Knicks already know what they can and cannot do. So that's all I want to make sure that the Knicks understand that this series is far and far and far but over. Y'all let me know your thoughts on the Indiana Pacers. They've been experiencing immense hype. Tyrese Halliburton is just the new NBA darling. There's a lot going on. So the Knicks, along with Jalen Brunson, they got to put all this stuff to bed. We got to put the Indiana Pacers in their rightful position, which is humbled. And listen, I don't want to move too fast, but all I want to make sure is I'm going down with the ship with the New York Knicks. I'm telling you. I'm not ready to concede just yet. I'm not ready to concede. It's 53-72, 6:04 to go in the third. This guy Benedict Mathurin has just been killing the New York Knicks. We just got to call it how we see it. They just got a good team, man. They got the Knicks adjusting. We got to do 50,000 different things to remain competitive, but it is what it is. Benedict Mathurin hits his first free throw. It's 54-72. Like I said, you can't count out these Indiana Pacers. They've proven that already. They just slowly chip away. So let's hope that the Knicks can hold it down. Benedict Mathurin, going for the second free throw, and it's good. It's 55-72. Here comes the New York Knicks. Mikal Bridges, and I'm telling you, Mikal Bridges is a trip. It's crazy. It's 55-72. Here goes Hart. Hart nearly loses it. Here comes Hart. The Knicks moving it. Here comes a three. The Knicks just missed it. God damn it. The Knicks continue to make a series of mistakes. It's 55-72. It's 55-72. 5:22 to go. In the third quarter, Benedict Mathurin, he's back at the line. Knicks keep sending them to the line. 56-72. Man, this is crazy. It's 57-72. Oh my goodness. Indiana, they coming right back into this game. Knicks better wake up. They playing heavy defense on Brunson, and Mathurin picks up the foul. By the time the Knicks could get a foul, these guys is hacking 94 feet. Shit don't make sense. The guy gotta be able to dribble the damn ball. It was Brunson. Jalen Brunson all the way to the cup. They kick it out to Josh Hart, top of the key three ball. That's off. Here comes Benedict Mathurin with the rebound. He's coming up. He's crossing half court, met by McCall. Screen and roll. Mathurin kicks it out to Halliburton. Halliburton out to Obi, and Obi with an and one. The Pacers are surging in this game. It's 59-72. New York still trying to hold it down, but like I said, Indiana, man. It looked like the Knicks done went cold on us. You know, if the Knicks done went cold, we're really in trouble. We're really in trouble. Here we go. Jalen Brunson going all the way to the cup. Jalen Brunson kicks it out to Bridges, and Bridges scores it 60-74. Big play from Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin scores it at 62-74. Here comes the Knicks. The Knicks crossing half court, met by Obi Toppin, and then you got a foul. So there's a lot of idiotic plays going on right now. Here comes Mitchell Robinson. He's going to the free throw line. Let's see if he can convert on this. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got the New York Knicks trying to not get eliminated. I think that's key. You don't want to get eliminated. I'm telling you, not to the Pacers. You can't lose on your home floor, number one. That would just be just a travesty, you know. But as you see it, the Pacers, they're creeping back in. Only in the third quarter, too. Knicks had a hell of a first quarter, and the Pacers, they turned on the intensity. They need to get Towns. Well, I don't know what's going on with Towns. And did I miss something? They got to get Towns back in the game. Towns is cooking. They got no answer for Karl Anthony Towns, none. Because Mathurin gets fouled. 62-74. The Knicks, man, about to blow this. 64-74. Here comes Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson. Shout out Sky in the building. He said Knicks about to blow the game. Here comes Brunson. Brunson scores. Damn, Brunson trying to make sure they don't fuck up. It's 76-64. Here comes Halliburton. Halliburton across in half court. Shout out all y'all in the chat. I hope the Knicks do go 7. Here goes. It look like we got a screen there. Look like Brunson and Mathurin, they going back and forth. Tempers are flaring. There we go. There goes Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson gives it to Mathurin. Mathurin gives it. Mathurin, he tried to take it. Well, here go JB. Halliburton on JB. Jalen Brunson going all the way to the cup. Hart kicks it out to Bridges. Now Bridges has just been, thank you Bridges. I'm gonna say he's just been horrible. Finally, Mikal Bridges makes a play. He just scored on the mid-range. It's 78-64. There goes Benedict Mathurin. Mathurin for 3, and that's off. Thank you. He finally missed it. These guys can shoot. Here goes Brunson. Brunson crossing half. 3-ball JB. That's a foul. 4-point play, Brunson. Obi Toppin just fouled Brunson on a 3-point play. Good play by Jalen Brunson. It's 81-64. The Knicks got to just keep fighting. How the hell did the Knicks get themselves in this position? The Knicks should not even. They should be. Man, this is crazy. Knicks should be going up 3-1 right now. This is crazy. 3-2. There should be some shit like that. I mean, this is wild. That first game changed everything. The whole series has just been flipped. If the Knicks would have won game 1, I'm telling you, this shit would have been over in 5. They got no answer for Cat. Oh, what the hell is going on with Towns? I need to see what the hell's happening with this guy. Karl Anthony Towns is cooking. I know he was dealing with that knee injury. But you got to get out there, man. But they are going to need this guy for that game 6. God willing, they get there. So that's something that, Tibbs going to have to think about. Do you start to think that maybe they're going to win? And you start thinking about game 6. Because you're going to need somewhat of a healthy Karl Anthony Towns. Somewhat. Let's see if they can get it. We're in the midst of a commercial break. Slimkin Hoop said Knicks fans are ruthless. Cussing at the refs is wild. Oh yeah, you know how we do. It's just some of the wildest things I've seen was at Madison Square Garden. People just going berserk. The craziest thing said. It's nothing like Madison Square Garden. I went to a lot of different arenas, but walking into the Garden to just feel like you're just walking into a historical place. That's all I could tell you. I'd have been to a lot of different arenas. It's nothing like Madison. It's just the smell. It just smells historic. It just pause. You just like I said, you just walk into everything from. It's just crazy. You just have to go to Madison Square Garden. Thunder says the Knicks don't want to go home. I'm not ready to celebrate. I'm not ready to start saying, "Hey, man, they good." They're not good yet. They got to get this game. This game is far from over. They got to stop giving up shots to these dudes. They're giving up way too many threes. You got Indiana just doing whatever the hell they want. These things have to stop. So I hope that they wake up. We're in the midst of a commercial break. Shout out to the New York Knicks. We're trying to get this game tonight. We're trying to prolong this series. We do not want to go home. So you know how that go. The Knicks, they're gonna be playing like their life on the line. It's 64-81, 2:56 to go. We coming back from commercial. If you got the Knicks, let me know what's going on. Sky said the Knicks about to blow this game. Sky not going for the Knicks. I guess he mad that the Pelicans couldn't fly this playoff. Let's see what the Knicks could do though. The Knicks out there cooking is 64-81, 2:56 to go in the third. Jalen Brunson going to the free throw line. Here goes JB. Everybody should be rooting for the Knicks tonight. You want more basketball. It's 64-82. Here we go. Here goes. Oh, it's a big time miss. There we go. It's got Precious. Precious Achua scores a big bucket. Big bucket from Precious. Knicks back up 20. So the Knicks actually getting some big time production tonight from some guys. They brought in 5 people. So they definitely opening up the rotation, a lot right now. Hopefully that this could, stretch out to the next game, because Indiana, they're going to need all hands on deck, to compete against them. Thibodeau got to use everybody. Hopefully Indiana teach this guy a lesson. This was the only way, to play chess with Rick Carlisle, because Rick Carlisle was basically trying to bring in all his whole entire bench, on the New York Knicks, use Thibodeau's style against him. You want to play 6 people, you want to play 7 people, okay, we're going to bring in 12 people, so there's just, with that kind of shit, you have to compete. And now you got the Knicks bringing in more players off the bench than the Indiana Pacers. So give credit to Thibodeau for adapting. And when he brings in the bench, he usually got Karl Anthony Towns out there, holding it down. I don't know where the hell is Towns. Towns not even in the game. So I don't know if he's here. The Knicks up 22. Here we go. Knicks get a steal. Here goes Dylan Wright. Dylan Wright going to the cup, and he missed a goddamn layup. How the hell you miss a layup, man? And they give up a fucking foul on the other end. This is bullshit. This is just a recipe for disaster. This is why the Knicks gonna blow this game. You can't do shit like that. Man, it's 64-86, man. 152 to go in the third. What the hell is going on in New York City, man? Look like we're going to a timeout. You know what I mean? These guys missed a precious layup, man. You got to score that. In this kind of game, you have to convert that bucket. It's crucial. That stuff is could play a part at the end, especially with the Knicks. They're willing to give up some leads. So I mean, I don't give a damn. They're up 22, but they about to get some free throws, so they about to probably be back up by 20. So I mean, it is what it is. Towns ain't even out there. I think Towns went to the back. Towns probably out for the rest of the game. Then it broke down. He breaking down on us. He better make sure he ready for game 6. Especially if they win, which in all likelihood that's going to be the case. Shit. Knicks got a good little team, man. The whole bench out there on the floor. That's how Indiana play. That's how they play, man. Landry Shamet was coming in there giving them some production. If you look at the bench, man, you can see they wanted to play. Dylan Wright didn't score, but you got Precious. He came in the game and scored a quick bucket. Shamet had 3. You got to give these guys credit, man, for staying professional. And they done froze Campaign out the lineup. I guess he wasn't playing no defense. He was good in the other series, but not this one. Here we go. 64-86. We got free throws coming. Indiana, like I told you, Pascal Siakam, the NBA champion. You know, for the Toronto Raptors now with the Indiana Pacers. Let's get this right. Shout out to all y'all that's in the chat right now. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with the Pacers. Everybody that's rocking with the New York Knicks. It's a big time game going on right now. 65-86 Pascal Siakam. He hits the first free throw. Siakam misses the second one, but they give the Pacers the goddamn rebound. It couldn't go no better way. Here goes Siakam. Siakam kicks it out. Mathurin going to the cup, and Mathurin is just on fire. He gets an up and under for a 3-point play. So just everything is just falling in favor for the Pacers. This shit is stupid. It's like it's almost like this shit. It's like you would think the shit is fixed. Not all the crazy shit that's going on right now. Here we go. Benedict Mathurin, he hits the 3-point play. Knicks down 18. See, just like that. They surrendered. They were just up 22. Before you know it, it'll be down 10. Here we go. McBride kicks it to Bridges, picked up by Mathurin. Bridges gives it to Precious. Dylan Wright has it. Right for 3, and that's off. Rebounded by McBride. McBride has it. McBride going to the cup. Mid-range, and it is off. Josh Hart gets it. It's Knicks ball, yeah. We got Indiana. They lost it. Here comes Deuce McBride. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Here goes Bridges. Bridges has it. Bridges posting up on Mathurin. Bridges posting up. Bridges fades and is off. Bridges can't hit a damn thing. I'm starting not to like Bridges. It's like he can't do anything. This would be messed up. They lose this game. Karl Anthony Towns, he gave everything he had on. He done hurt his leg. They can't hold it down. They just gave up a goddamn 3. Who does this dude? Shepard. It's 71-86. Indiana getting right back into this game. This is crazy. It's about to be the fourth quarter. So Knicks got to figure out something, going into this fourth quarter. It's definitely not over, because you know how Indiana likes to play. There goes Josh Hart. Josh Hart at the line, and he makes it. There we go. We got to get whatever we can get at this point. The Knicks just went just ice cold. This kind of shit can't happen in the playoffs. There goes Josh Hart for a second free throw. Josh Hart scores is 88-71. Let's see if the Knicks can get a stop right now. This is a big possession. There goes McConnell. He gives it out to Mathurin. Mathurin is just hot. Mathurin, mid-range, money. Oh, my goodness. Benedict Mathurin is just a problem. It's 73-88. It's like we can't do anything with these guys. There's like everybody they done caught fire. If the Knicks don't play perfect, man, we're going to blow this game. The Knicks should get the last possession. They kick it out to Bridges. Bridges has it. Bridges with a shot, and he scores it. Thank you. Mikal Bridges finally scores, and it makes something. Did they just call a foul? Travel. What the hell is going on here? It look like we got some BS going on. The hell, they trying to give away some free throws or something, man? Come on, let's play basketball. Salute to everybody in the chat right now. We got a good game going on. A great game, to say the least. 73-90. Knicks trying to live to fight another day. Like I said, everybody that is a basketball fan should be rooting for the Knicks because you want to see more basketball. We want to prolong this season. We want as much basketball as we can get. That needs to be everybody's thought. Nonetheless, it's 73-90. We in the midst. It looked like we got 6 seconds on the clock. I do see Karl Anthony Towns. He's back on the bench. Give credit to Towns. He looked like he was in the back probably getting some treatment. Pause. So let's see if this thing could work itself out because we're going to need all hands on deck. Indiana done got hot. Benedict Mathurin has 17 points off the bench. That's a problem. So basically, what Neesmith did is what Mathurin is doing. Can't nobody stop nobody. So we're going to eventually have to stop someone. They're probably going to play Mathurin the whole fucking game, the whole rest of the game. Hopefully they sit him for some of this fourth quarter. And then they bring in Karl Anthony Towns. We can extend this lead. But something tells me Indiana, they going for it tonight. They trying to close this thing out in the fourth quarter. So the Knicks got to be on guard. That ain't going to be easy. Here we go, 73-90. We got 6 seconds on the game clock. This is just a waste of time. This was stupid. We should be getting into the fourth quarter right now. So 73-90. So now it's officially the end of the quarter. Yeah, so the Knicks, like I said, they need to get all the rest they can get. Karl Anthony Towns is back. That's what we want to see from Karl Anthony Towns. He has give him credit though. What I do like about Karl Anthony Towns, he's not just settling for threes. Karl Anthony Towns is going all the way to the cup. That's what I like to see. Not only is he'll catch it at the 3-point line, and for the most part, he's not always shooting the three. It's times where he's going off the dribble, taking the guy all the way to the cup. So that's the effort that we want to see from, Karl Anthony Towns. He's 7 foot tall, so I mean, he's going to eventually have to get to the cup. All these threes, you got to play from the inside out. Start scoring, to kill him on the inside, and then we work to the 3-point line. We shouldn't be going outside in. Pause. Now that's what's been happening. Guys starting at the 3-point line, then hoping they can get something on the inside. So like I said, Towns, he should be pretty well rested. I thought Towns checked out for the rest of the game. But he got 19 points, 11 rebounds. Brunson got 30. Tyrese Halliburton tonight, he got 6 points. But the thing is this, he got 6 points. But the thing is, look, everybody else is cooking. They got this guy Mathurin, they got Mathurin cooking, and they got Obi Toppin, 11 points. That's a huge issue. It's a big issue. I don't like that. So it is what it is. Great game going so far. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. It's not too late to put your picks down on who you like. Do you like the New York Knicks or do you like the Indiana Pacers? It's definitely not too late. It should be a pretty good game. The Knicks, man, they're going to fight like hell. We'll see if they can be successful. I want to see Karl Anthony Towns go beast mode, though. That's the kind of effort we're going to need from him. If we could get that, we're going to be in good shape. Shout out to all y'all that's in the chat right now. It's Flight Sports. We're coming back. Fourth quarter action. Fourth quarter. 73-90. Let's get it. Let's see if the Knicks can hold it down. Towns is in there. And of course, Mather. I'm telling you, they're going to keep Matherin out there. It's like he holding the fire to him right now. Somebody got to get on Matherin and just like, I'm trying to figure out how the pace is always open. Let's go, Towns. Good kick out. See, right, he be acting like he's scared to shoot. Let's go. Landry Shamet with a big three. Landry Shamet, 73-92. Shamet has been cooking. He's the only guy really off the bench that's really providing work, in my opinion. Damn, that's a foul? They keep sending Matherin to the line. Every time I look up, Matherin is at the free throw line. Somebody explain to me why every time I look up, Matherin is at the free throw line. That's crazy. Let's see what the New York Knicks could do out here, man. It's 73-92. 11:31 to go. Matherin, big time free throw. It's 74-92. The line right. He's going to take a seat. Benedict Matherin, he scores the free throw. Here goes, who the hell is that? That's Deuce McBride. 75-92. Knicks, man. They got to hold on. Deuce. Can the Knicks get a bucket? OG for three. Yes. OG hits a three. Knicks back up 20. They got to play some defense. I want Matherin. Get OG on Matherin. Oh, my goodness. McConnell hits a free throw. Hits not a free throw, a mid-range jumper. This guy hit a fade-in jumper. Here goes Hart. Hart, they give it out to Deuce. Here goes Towns. Don't shoot it. Go, Towns, all the way to the cup. They can't do nothing with you. Towns. Oh! Towns just missed it. He didn't get no lift on them legs. Pause. Come on. Get the ball, New York. Yes. Josh Hart. Good hustle. Oh, my God. Josh Hart just gave the fucking ball to Siakam. Oh, my God. The Knicks going to blow this fucking game. The 79-95. This is ridiculous. We're in trouble. Deuce. Come on, New York. It's 79-95. Towns all the way. Thank you. Towns going to the free throw line. We need anything we can get. Anything we can get at this point. Continue to extend this lead. Even if it's at the free throw line, we got to get anything we can get against the Pacers. We got to put some points on the board. I don't know what Towns is there. He threw a wristband or something. Hopefully they get him fired up. 79-95. 9:52 to go in the fourth. Karl Anthony Towns. He just missed a goddamn free throw. So you can't have shit like this. Towns missed the layup. You just missed the free throw. This can't happen in the fourth quarter. It's like you want to surrender the game. That's what it looks like. It looks like the Knicks want to surrender this game to the Indiana Pacers. This would just be a downright travesty if that happened. Towns just hit the free throw. McConnell. It seemed like the Knicks can't get no stops either. It's like Indiana is red hot. Here goes McConnell. McConnell in the paint. Oh, he threw the ball out of bounds. Shamet with a good defensive stop. Good play by Landry Shamet. The Knicks inbounding. So the Knicks force a turnover. Let's see if they can convert. Deuce McBride bringing the ball up the court. He's across half court, met by McConnell. They give it out to Hart, met by Pascal Siakam. Josh Hart dumps it out to OG. Matherin on him. OG shaking and baking. OG for three. Why does OG keep shooting these ridiculous three-pointers? Go to the cup. It's like, this is stupid. That was just horrible offense. Here comes McConnell, Siakam. Siakam just taking Hart. He just making fool's goal of Josh Hart. It's like the Knicks, man. This is just getting crazy. Call a timeout. And then it's like they're not bringing in Brunson for whatever reason. I mean, but they need that scoring right now. Shamet. Oh, Shamet just chucked up that three. McConnell pushing up with pace. McConnell lost it. Thank you. Knicks get a break. Josh Hart gives it out to Cat. No foul for Cat. Cat just lost the ball all in the cup. This is crazy. Oh my God. The Knicks just gonna give up a three. I knew it. Who the fuck is Walker? Indiana down 12. They just gave up a damn three. It's like the battle of the bench. A bench warden broke out. A battle of the bench. They be just bringing in all kind of people. It looked like they had a secret weapon. This dude Walker. It's like, this is crazy. They just bring this guy off the bench and he just start cooking. Man, Walker got 6 points. Matherin got 21. So when the Knicks blow this game, they could just say, "Hey man, they gave Matherin came off the bench and dropped 30 on us." That's why he put up 35 points off the bench. How the hell? How? I tell you what, if Indiana do go to the finals, man, that'll be a crazy matchup with Oklahoma City. It won't be just a Oklahoma City, and it's over. I'm telling you now. Don't count out the Indiana Pacers if they were to make the finals because they got all these different people who could score. You're gonna have to shut down the whole entire team, not just a few players. So I mean, that's crazy. Nothing. Just these dudes just getting hot. It's fast pace. I'm like the Knicks. I'm just disgusted how they don't want cold, and it seemed like Tibbs is reluctant to bring Brunson in the game, especially right now. I think Brunson is hurting the defense. That's why they're not bringing him in. But it is what it is. You might have to bring in Jalen Brunson. This is hurtful. If you're a Knicks fan, you want to make sure you secure this game. You know the ramifications if the Knicks were to blow this game. This would just be hurtful on your home floor. It's letting it be known that it's going to be very hard to beat them, especially in the game 6. In Indiana, even if the Knicks were to somehow get there. Right now, I'm getting the notion that the Knicks just holding on to this lead. They doing everything they did wrong, in game 1. They can't hold the lead. They just keep chipping and chipping and chipping away. They can't get stops. They can't get quality shots. So you got a mixture of bad stuff happening at one time. It's not just one thing that's affecting them. Not just one, there's numerous things. So let's see what happens. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. You already know what it is. Flight Sports. Bringing more content, news, updates, and more. You already know what it is. It's 84.96. Knicks just holding on to a thread. They're holding on by a thread. And they're still not bringing Brunson in the game. Is Brunson in the game? I gotta see. Yeah, Brunson is in the game. Brunson has it picked up by Walker. Shit. Was it a jump ball? They should have called another timeout, man. Damn. This is crazy. We got Walker and Brunson about to jump. I mean, you already know who's gonna win this one. Man, what kind of shit was that? Here we go. Tyrese Halliburton. He gives it to Turner. Turner for 3. His money is off. Rebounded by Hart. Hart gives it out to Brunson. Brunson going to the cup. Brunson gives it up to Karl Anthony Towns, top of the key 3, and he missed it. Like, God damn it. You're supposed to be the best shooting big man, and you missing threes. This is not the time for this. I'm very concerned for the New York Knicks right now. I'm very concerned. Indiana just turned the ball over. So the Knicks get a break. It's 84-96. Knicks up 12. Josh Hart. The Knicks need a big bucket right here. Not even the 3. They just need to score. Even if it's free throws. At this point, the Knicks need to score. Hart going to the cup. Hart's fouled and 1. There you go. I like the strategy. Even if it's free throws, we have to score. It's 84-98. That may be the key to breaking down what Indiana is doing. They may have to go to the free throw line. Here we go, Josh Hart. Josh Hart for the free throw. It's 84-98. Hart just missed the free throw. Halliburton has it. Halliburton crossing half court. Met by Bridges. Halliburton shaking and baking. Halliburton pump fakes. Gives out to Neesmith. Neesmith to Halliburton. We got Josh Hart on Halliburton. The double coming. Karl Anthony Towns. Let's go. New York get a big time stop. Here goes Brunson with it. Picked up by Nemhard. Brunson. About to get a screen. Brunson has it. Kicks it out to Bridges. Bridges is getting on my nerves. Hart. Thank you, Hart. Josh Hart is just Mr. Reliable. It's 84-100. Josh Hart doing everything in their power to try to secure this game. I'm telling you, that might be the key to all of this. They got to get points no matter what, even if it's free throws, because they're having such a hard time. You got to get to the goddamn free throw line. You gotta put points up with this high-powered offense with Indiana that could just go crazy at any time. At any point, Indiana could go on a barrage or some crazy run. So you got to always be in position for what they about to do. So it's very pivotal right now for the New York Knicks. They can't let up. And I'm telling you, don't be surprised if that's the key. I'm seeing Thibodeau, they're going a lot on the inside. I'm not sure if that's the emphasis, but I wouldn't be surprised. The Knicks, they gotta hold this game down. Tyrese is having a tough night. I tell you what, if the Knicks win this game, they're gonna be looking at Tyrese Halliburton, and when he goes back home to Indiana, he's gonna try to have one of them ridiculous, wild scoring nights. So they got to make sure they put the clamps on this guy. Next game, I don't know what they're gonna have to do, but the Knicks have to make sure they get this game back to New York if they win. This is a big game tonight. It is not over. This game is far from over, y'all. The Knicks are hanging on by a thread. Indiana, at any point, they could fool around and overtake them and take the lead. That's just hard. That's downright horrifying. The Knicks losing on their home floor. That would just be bad. And the conference finals, New York Knicks fans deserve better than this. We just deserve a lot better than what the hell is going on. We deserve to get to the finals, period. And like I said, if they don't get to the finals, it's going to be sad. It's going to be a very sad day at the office, for the New York Knicks. Let me give you some stats. I got, like I said, Halliburton was 6, Siakam with 13. Believe it or not, man, the starters ain't really doing too much. It's this bench. You talking about, you got Walker, you have Mathurin, you have like I said, all these guys have been cooking, tapping. These are the guys that went off. The highest shit. The only person in double digits in Indiana is Siakam. But that's a testament to how good Indiana is, that they having all these problems, and you got like I said, they right in it. They're right in striking distance. I want to see what they do. Do they bring in I said Matt? Do they bring in Mathurin? Does Mathurin eventually come back into the game? They playing some guys. How many people he done brought in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they playing chess out here. He brought in 7 people. Let's see. Tibbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He brought in 5. This guy brought in 7. So he went deeper into the bench. He brought in this guy Walker. So he got Walker out there. He played Brian, of course. Brian been in and out. Here we go. It's 184. Here goes Halliburton. Halliburton has it. He gives it to Turner. Oh, damn. Somebody got to get out there. 3 ball. Smith, he missed it. Thank you. Knicks finally get a break. They have to get some stops, too, and they got to get on their shooters. Bridges just scares me every time he got the ball. Here goes Brunson, picked up by Smith. Halliburton on him. They give it to Bridges, back to Brunson. Brunson has it. He's shaking and baking. Brunson kicks it out. Bridges, he scores it. Mid-range Bridges. Knicks needed that. It's 84-102. Here goes Halliburton. Gives it to Turner. Oh, he traveled. They calling everything on them. That's crazy. And Mathurin, he going to the line. It's 84-102. The Knicks hanging on and holding. They're trying. They're fighting. But it's not over. They got to play this game to the final buzzer. They know that. That's what happened game 1. They paying for it. The Knicks is paying for this shit. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Halliburton kicks it out to Mathurin. Mathurin screen. Mathurin mid-range. That's off. Rebounded. Here goes Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson has it. He's shaking and baking. Brunson going all the way to the cup. Brunson kicks it out. Brunson gives it out to Karl Anthony Towns for 3, and that's off. Rebounded by Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese kicks it out. Tyrese to Siakam, and Siakam scores it. It's 86-102. Thank God they ain't call a foul. The Knicks need to get a bucket now, even if it's free throws. At this point, like I said, I'm telling you, now the Knicks feel like they teetering right now. They need a bucket. The last thing they need is to miss and they score. Brunson hits a mid-range jumper. It's 104-86. That was a big timely bucket. Here goes Halliburton. Halliburton gives it to Siakam. Siakam on Hart. Siakam's just been killing Josh Hart. But they get a break. Uh-oh, Knicks got numbers if they pushing. OG. Oh, my goodness. Bridges for three. Oh, my God. Bridges can't hit a damn three. This guy Benedict Mathurin is killing us. When we lose this game, we're going to remember his name. He having one of them Neesmith performances. Josh Hart has it. Knicks cannot wear down right now. Let's go, Bridges. He gives it out to Brunson, to Hart. Uh-oh. They got to do something with it. 4, 3. Shoot it. The Knicks just turned the ball over. Oh, my goodness. This is horrifying. This is horrifying. This is crazy. This is so sad what's happening right now with 3:26 remaining. They bringing in Obi Toppin. They love running this lineup. They take Turner out, bring in Obi. They have Siakam. They just play this wild small ball lineup. Try to run them out the door. This is crazy. Man, the Knicks, man, they fighting though. I gotta give them props. Give the Knicks credit though, man. They doing the best they can. Indiana win. They just was the better team. Sometimes you got to shake the other team's hand. You were the better team. There's nothing that we can do. There's nothing wrong with that at times. Give credit to the New York Knicks, y'all. If you want the Knicks to win, make sure you hit the like button. You know what it is. Flight Sports. You got Jalen Brunson, live versus Tyrese. It's a tough game. I'm surprised that the Knicks, it's just, like I said, they got to figure this out. What can they do to make sure they don't come back? I figured the key to all of this, they got to get shots. They got to get a good shot, and they have to put points up. And if they're having such a hard time, you got to get the points at the free throw line. I know. Like I said, the clock is stopped, but you got to get points. The Knicks are desperate right now to keep pace with them. Indiana's trying to run their ass off the floor. Here we go, Tyrese. Tyrese just scored it over over Towns. Indiana down 14. Josh Hart has it. Siakam foul hard. They've been fouling all game. They're not even allowing them to even play. Like, what the hell? And they considering this good defense. They're all over. You can't even let the guy even dribble. Thank you. They fouled. There's a foul. You can't come from under them. They give it to Towns. Towns to Brunson. Screen. Bridges. OG Anunoby. Oh, yes. Knicks get it. And one. Carl Anthony Towns all the way to the cup. Towns just been a man out here. Carl Anthony Towns playing. It's still not over. It ain't over till it's over. I think the Knicks, they figured that out already. They have to play to the final buzzer. That's what they did the first game. They keep retooling, making changes. It looked like they just took Matherin out. They put Shepard in the game. That's crazy. Carlisle just mixing all these different players in and out the game. They took Tyrese Halliburton out the game. $90 to 106. They benched Tyrese Halliburton. Oh, let's go. Towns, big time dunk. 90 to 108. Get back. It's not over. Yes. Knicks up 18. It's definitely not over. There we go. Bridges for three. Brunson three ball. Couldn't convert it. Towns gets it. Towns couldn't make it. Damn, Towns. Wow, what's the rush? See, that was a bad play. Towns caught the rebound. You ain't have to throw it up so fast. $90 to 108. Yeah. They're not done just yet. That game six gonna be crazy. Like I said, the Knicks supposed to be up 3-2. This is crazy. Give the Knicks credit though. Knicks found some success out here. But after game one, I can't even be happy about this lead. I feel like the Knicks could surrender the lead at any given second. That's the horrifying part about the whole situation. They could surrender it at any given second. That's horrible. I hope that's not the case. Shout out to all y'all that's in the chat. We got a good game going on right now. There we go. Let's see if the Knicks can keep pace with these guys. They're trying to take us out, man. They're trying to send us fishing. Knicks ain't ready to go home, man. They're trying to fight. Now go and win in Indiana. You showed you can win there. Now we gotta win one more. They beat us 2 times. Now we gotta get them one more. Here we go. Deuce McBride. Deuce has it. Here we go. Precious Achua. Precious couldn't convert. It's 90 to 108. Precious Achille fouled. Are we sending him to the line? No, we're not sending him to the line. Good play from Josh Hart. The Knicks, man, they cooked tonight. Give them credit. They fought like hell. They didn't want to go home. Tyrese Halliburton was benched, tonight. So give them props. And give them props. 90 to 108. This is what we want to see from the New York Knicks. It's time. It's winning time. They have to start winning. The next game is crucial. Game 6 in Indiana. A lot of people say Knicks in 6, Knicks in 6. I don't know if that's some kind of slogan that sound good and rhymes or whatever, but it may not be Knicks in 6, but we're gonna need the Knicks to have the biggest game in the 6. So I'm gonna let you know they're gonna have to play that game like it's all on the line. That's what they have to do. Game 6 is gonna be everything. I think you better get the popcorn because the Knicks they coming for blood in that game. I believe the Knicks is gonna go in Indiana and take their ass out. I'm not ready to concede that the Knicks are done. I'm telling you now, I believe that the New York Knicks are gonna go in there and beat their ass in Indiana. I got the New York Knicks in Game 6. That's gonna be a movie. That's going to be a movie. And that's Saturday. Oh my goodness. You better buckle up. This guy Shepard been cooking. They're bringing in all kind of people. Who the hell is in the game right now for the Knicks? Wow. Everybody playing. Give Tibbs credit. I tell you what, if Tibbs win this series, man, you got to give him props. And I believe that they're gonna match up better against Oklahoma City than Indiana. So give the Knicks credit. They win. The Knicks win tonight. It's over. 111, 94. The New York Knicks, Tyrese Halliburton benched in this game. That's crazy. Knicks will have a game 6. Brunson, man, 32 points. Halliburton 8. He struggled tonight. I want to tell you something. After that epic game last game, Rick Carlisle benched him. You know, so this kind of helps the notion of he's not a superstar. He's not this. He's not that. They're not ready to, And if he blow this series to the Knicks, I mean, they're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him. I mean, he threw the choke job. He did this, and it's gonna be a sorry look. And then they're gonna say the Knicks blew game 1. The series really should have been over already. The Knicks blown. I'm telling you right now, they got nothing but themselves to blame. They blew game 1. They what they did tonight was what they should have did in game 1. See, this was no different tonight than it was in game 1. Because in game 1, you had Neesmith going off. He went off for like a bunch of threes, something crazy. Tonight, you had this guy Benedict Mathurin. He was trying to pull the same shit, on the New York Knicks. Mathurin tonight had 23 points and 9 rebounds. That was crucial. He almost turned the Knicks lights out. You understand? Halliburton with 8. It's like the Pacers starters was doing everything to make sure that the Knicks was going to live to fight another day. Because Nemhard 6 points, Halliburton 8, Miles Turner 5, Neesmith 3, Siakam 15. Siakam was the only starter that looked like he came to play today. with 15 points. The bench for Indiana, there was the bench mob. You got Matherin and Toppin. You know, I'm telling you right now, when they take Turner out and bring in Toppin and Siakam, they get scary. So the Knicks, they got one game to give it every single thing they got. That's what the Knicks have to do. The next game, they got to give it every single thing that they have. And I think that they could do it. I think that the Knicks are going to win game 6. I think that the Knicks are going to win this series. And I think the Knicks is going to win the championship. I'm not ready to give up on the New York Knicks. I still believe the Knicks are a championship threat out here. I think they could beat Oklahoma City. Because let me tell you something. I think New York matches up way better against Oklahoma City than it would be against Indiana. Right now the Knicks are in a horrible matchup. And what I do like about Thibodeau learned something. He learned something here. And Thibodeau don't get enough props. He been adapting. People talk about, oh, he running his players into the ground. He doing this, he doing that. Hey, listen, man, everywhere Thibodeau has went, the team's gotten better. So, I mean, we just got to call it how we see it. Prior to Anthony Edwards, the only success they had is when he was there. When he brought in Jimmy Butler, and then they started winning in Minnesota. Then he came to New York. People got to understand the Knicks, this was a starving franchise, just like the Charlotte Hornets, just like the Pistons when they were horrible. Some of the most just trash teams, the Wizards. So he took over a team like that, and look where he brought them. So it's just, we got to give these guys props. They transformed the New York Knicks, man. Now the Knicks got to go in there and win game 6. How confident are you that the New York Knicks can actually successfully win game 6 in Indiana? I think that they could do it. Karl Anthony Towns, I think he got a little bit of rest tonight. He didn't overplay, tonight, because I thought in the third quarter he was out for a nice extended amount of time. But what do you think about the situation that happened with Tyrese Halliburton? Because, like I said, he was just everybody's darling, yesterday. Now, he done got benched, and people acting like it didn't happen. This guy was benched. So Tyrese Halliburton tonight, man, this was a terrible look tonight. This did not help your claim for wanting to be a superstar. This hurt it tenfold. I mean, at this point, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say about Tyrese Halliburton. I really don't. But I do know one thing. They're gonna blow. The Knicks better not blow this series in Indiana. They got to play this game just like they played this one. Just all game long. It looked like they found something. It looked like they found something against Indiana. And figuring out ways to guard Tyrese Halliburton. The New York Knicks, man, they can beat them. They really can. And it's very hard to close a team out. When you face an elimination, people don't just give up so easily. That's why tonight you seen Brunson with a very great effort. I think that when we go to Indiana, I think that we're gonna get a surprise from one of these guys. We're gonna see something. We're gonna see all kind of play. Give the Knicks props for playing all these different people. We got to give the Knicks credit. Tibbs finally figured it out. He's trying to figure it out. He played a lot of people. Even this guy, Huck Porty, he came in 40 seconds and got him 2 quick points. But Shamit, man, like I said, I love people. You see, Shamit was a fan favorite. People love what Landry Shamit brings to the table. So they need all hands on deck. And I think we're seeing that firsthand. If you're a Knicks fan, man, let's talk about it. If you had the Indiana Pacers tonight, I mean, it is what it is. Game 6, is going to be crucial. Tyrese Halliburton, the so-called face, of the NBA or whatever the hell, 8 points. This ain't gonna roll over too well, in the court of public opinion. People ain't too pleased with Mr. Halliburton. He was he was perfect last game. And in this game, what the hell? He was fading, and that's what people say. He fades away. He did. I mean, today I ain't gonna lie. This was a bad performance. But you'll hear, you'll see some of the breakdown. I'm gonna be looking out for some of the press conference. On some of these guys. I think it's gonna be an epic performance. I'm in Game 6. They got to save their best for Game 6, and I think that they will. I think the New York Knicks are gonna figure this out, and the Knicks are gonna figure out some way to win this series. Only time will tell. We're gonna be bringing more content, news, updates, and more. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with Flight Sports TV. You already know what it is. The New York Knicks, they survive. They stave off elimination. They're not going home. They live to fight another day. You know, Shout out to New York City. They know what they have to do. You know, Now they have to play the best game of their season. And the best game of their season is going to be the next game in Indianapolis. It's going to be a very high pressured game. All eyes will be on deck, and the Knicks are not going to be. The Knicks are going to be a very tough team to defeat. Pardon me, because they're going to fight like hell. It may be easy to beat a team when they down two, two to maybe two or something like that, 2-1 or something like that. But when you are on the brink of elimination, where if you lose, the season is over. Now you've backed, a lion into a corner. And that's what you're going to see from the New York Knicks in Indianapolis. You're going to see a lion that got backed into a corner, and Indiana better be ready to respond, because the Knicks is not ready to go home. They got the city of New York behind them. They got to play, and they blew Game 1. You got to go get that game back. This is your opportunity to rewrite Game 1, because let me tell you something right now. Indiana's not winning no Game 7 in New York. Let me just tell you that right now. Indiana will not win a Game 7 in New York. Now you got the pressure on Indiana. What the Knicks did tonight, they threw all the pressure. Indiana is sweating. Right now, Indiana thinking, "Oh my goodness, if we lose this game," they starting to think about Oklahoma City. Right now, Indiana, they started thinking about Shea. This is a somewhat young team too. This is not no super veteran based squad. It's just a Carlisle led squad, so they seem a lot mature. Pardon me. Indiana, man. I mean, I'm telling you, they will not win a Game 7 in New York City. There's no way in hell. Did you hear the Garden tonight? That's going to be a war zone in Game 7 in New York. And Indiana, I think, is going to fall. And they, like I said, they're just going to fall. The Knicks, I think they got the pressure on Indy right now. Finally, the pressure has been flipped, because the Knicks been feeling all the heat. The Knicks still under pressure, but both teams under pressure now, because Indiana is going to have to. They're going to play Game 6 like a Game 7, because they know that you see what just happened in the Garden. This is not a place that you want to come to, and it could get hostile. Yeah, you might have some good games, but you might have a game like this. So every game is not going to be a historical outing. So you're going to see it firsthand. But this series is very far from over, and the Knicks are a threat to win it all. You're going to see it firsthand. It's Flight Sports TV. We're going to be bringing more news updates and more shout out to all the people. Let's get in the comment section. Hit the like button. You already know what it is. We're going to be back with them.